here we go. Mark up tight. Right go. Right now. Right now.
On the campus of Grand Canyon University in the heart of Phoenix, inside the GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Loyola Marymount Lions and your Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Philip Katafmo alongside Luke Larkin. Luke, the Lopes are back at home, and they got to be excited to be in front of this crowd because they're undefeated at home.
Well, they've had a couple really great victories here. They won against the Badgers. The crowd let them know how happy they were about that. They won against Creighton. They have to feel good playing in front of this crowd.
Well, going into earlier this week, the Lopes were ranked 17th, the first time they've been nationally ranked in the top 25, and two heartbreaking losses, one in overtime to Evansville, and then another 1-0 loss in Edwardsville. And the Lopes are looking to hopefully bounce back tonight against Loyola Marymount.
Well, a couple really heartbreaking goals coming late in the match after the 80th minute. They need to not allow that today if they want to win this match.
Well, Luke, before we get into this one, why don't you give us our Sanderson Ford keys to the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Sanderson Ford, 3 keys of the game. First of all, they need to stop Pareco. He is an absolute Lope killer. He scored in both appearances against the Lope last year, being the game-winning goal. Second, they need to play their game. As soon as that first whistle goes, they need to play well, and they need to finish this match out. Third, they need to capitalize on the crowd. There's a reason the Havocs are known as the best sports fans in all of NCAA. They need to perform in front of their crowd.
You don't have to go too far back to see the last time these teams matched up. In 2016, the Lions got the better of the Lopes in Los Angeles in a 1-0 victory. The Lopes will look for their revenge, to look to stay undefeated in front of these Havocs. We'll have all the action and more right here on GCU TV.
Thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Grand Canyon University Lopes and the Loyola Marymount Lions. I'm Philip Katafmo alongside Luke Larkin, and we're just about to get things started here. The Lopes are looking to stay undefeated against these Lions, but before we get into all that, let's send you down to the field for National Anthem and prayer.
West Coast Conference. They're led by head coach Paul Crumpy. Assistant coaches Mike Asugera, Kyle Schmidt, and Alofs Lima. All right, Lopes fans, on your feet. And let's meet the starting lineup for your Grand Canyon University and Lopes. At midfielder, a senior from El Paso, Texas, number 8, Alex Padilla. At forward, a sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, number 10, Josh Brack. At midfielder, a senior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 14, Jackson Jella. At midfielder, a sophomore from Santon, Johannesburg, South Africa, number 17, Marco Afonso. At midfielder, a senior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 20, Alex Ramirez. At defender, a junior from Frisco, Texas, number 23, Austin Day. At midfielder, a freshman from Limassol, Cyprus, number 25, Marios Andreo. At defender, a sophomore from Tempe, Arizona, number 27, Brandon Johnson. At forward, a freshman from Accra, Ghana, Africa, number 30, Calvin Kissy. At defender, a senior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 33, Sam Gardner. And in goal for the Lopes, a freshman from Nicosia, Cyprus, number 1, George Tesuri. Joining the team on the field, members of the Glenelg Downs Elementary Boys Soccer Club. The Lopes are 2-2 on the season. They play in the Western Athletic Conference. They're under the direction of head coach Shellis Heinman, associate head coach Kevin Doyle, assistant coaches Chisda Mosnia and Vlastimir Davidovich, director of operations Carlo Mosnia, performance specialist Ben Panacasio, and graduate manager Chris Maldonado. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this afternoon's competition with the word of prayer. Today's prayer is led by GCU's very own spiritual life coordinator, Chris Jennings.
God, we thank you for this opportunity these athletes have to play this game today. God, we ask that you would keep them safe and that they would play with sportsmanlike conduct. God, we thank you again. May you bless this game. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we now honor America with a playing of the national anthem. As our special guests of the game. We appreciate your support, and go Glenelg Downs Elementary, and go Lopes.
Crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now.
Undefeated at home against the Loyola Marymount Lions. And before we get started, let's get you our digital health starting lineups. And we'll start with the GCU Lopes. First off, of course, number 6, Malik Smith. Number 8, Alex Radia. Number 14, Jackson Jella. 17, Marco Alfonso. 20, Alex Radias. 21, Bert Wilton. 23, Austin Day. 25, Marios Andreu. 30, Calvin Kissy. And 33, Sam Garner. Lopes are looking to hopefully get a lot of offensive production from Calvin Kissy. That sort of connection between him and Alex Ramirez, very successful in that first game against Wisconsin.
Yeah, we saw it a couple times that first match. They have a lot of chemistry. They can play the ball between each other very well. Makes the defenders kind of step back and go, what on earth just happened? Those guys were right in front of me, and now they're behind me taking a shot at my net.
And now for the Loyola Marymount Lions, they're traveling all the way from Los Angeles, California. Let's get you their starting lineup. Number 2, Kyle Carey. Number 5, Gerardo Lopez. Number 9, Francis Avosi. Number 11, Antonio Pareco. You mentioned the Lope killer. Number 12, Bajarki Ragnar. Number 13, Daniel Garcia. number 16, Enrique Bustamante, number 17, Cole Souza, number 19, Matthew Gooden, and number 21, Corbin Mercado. And we mentioned it early on in the broadcast, Antonio Pareco scoring the only goal in both matchups for against the Lopes, one in 2014 and one in 2016, and now as a redshirt senior, maybe the Lopes can keep him quiet and kill that streak.
Well, they're definitely looking forward to next season when they won't have to face him. But tonight, this afternoon rather, they really do need to find a way to keep him contained. I'm sure they've been looking at a lot of film all throughout the week, knowing this guy knows our system. Unfortunately for him, though, he hasn't faced George Toro.
And you see right there on the screen, Josh Drack, number 10, getting ready for this game to get going. Kickoff just about to start here any second now. Loyola will start with the ball. And here we go. Pareco gets it away. Alfonso coming on the defense.
Well, and the Lions wearing those bright red jerseys. Lopes trying out a third jersey today, the white and the black stripe.
Yeah, the Lopes breaking out the new kits for this one against Loyola. Let's see if it gives them any luck. Coming over to get it, that's going to be Gardner. He'll kick it away, and it looks like Drack is down, but he's all right, and it'll be Lopes ball. Garner kicks it over.
Well, as you can hear there, Philip, the crowd already trying to get the Lopes to know that they're here. They're letting them know that they're backing them. And not the largest crowd we've seen here, with classes still going on right now, but definitely a good turnout.
Oh, definitely. The Havocs are ready to go tonight, or for both games, the men's and women's. The women's soccer game kicking off at about 7 o'clock after this one. They're taking on Portland State, but for right now, the Lopes taking on Loyola Marymount. Yeah, the classes are almost over, so we should start to see more Havocs trickle in as this game continues. Kissy on the defense. Looking to get it away. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Lions ball. Lopes 2-2 on the season. 2 big wins at home against Wisconsin and Creighton. So they are undefeated at home. We will mention it to death tonight because we want to stay undefeated at home and hopefully take down these Lions.
Referee choosing to play advantage there, decides the infraction wasn't enough to stop the flow of the game, so he keeps it going. Good decision.
That'll be sent out of bounds. Lopes will have possession. Day looks like he'll be a part of the throw-in. Drac, Jella, Afonso, Ramirez, Day, Andreu, Johnson, Kissy, Gardner, and Radia to get you those starting lineups again for the Lopes. There's Kissy. Johnson clears it. Andreu coming over. Gets to Alfonso, right through his legs, and the Lions will kick it up. Ramirez there. He'll kick it a little too far away from Marco Alfonso, and now the Lions with the throw-in.
Just a little bit of an unlucky touch. The Lopes are doing a really good job right now of playing East-West soccer. You don't see that a lot in the men's game, but they're doing a wonderful job of it early in this match.
It's a good steal. Andreu still with possession, battling for it, trying to muscle his way for the ball. It'll go out of bounds. Lions with the throw-in, surrounding Lopes. Johnson trying to get space. Radia, he'll throw it in. He's got Kissy. Back to Day. Day clears it. That's going to be Gardner. He'll get it on the far side over to Ramirez. Ramirez over to Afonso. Afonso tripped up, and we'll get a late call.
Well,
that one's going to be on Matthew Gooden.
He's not particularly happy about it, but his appeals are falling on deaf ears as he is rather slow to get up. Referee will halt the game and have a quick conversation.
Alfonso still on the ground grabbing that right ankle. He may have gotten locked up a little bit with Gooden, but he's walking it off, and it looks like Marco will be okay. So Lopes will get a shot at the goal with Radia and Drac. Radia sends it away, looking for the header. It is good! And the Lopes start off. A beautiful goal by Brendan Johnson. A header may have been called off. The excitement a little too early in the first 3 minutes of this game. I thought that one was for sure a goal. Beautifully placed ball by Alex Radia. And an even better header by Johnson.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was just a step in too early. The assistant referee on this near side was in a good position, able to see that that ball came in early, causing the offsides. Great look, though, by the Lopes. We want to keep them doing that. They just need to be a little less anxious to get on the jump.
So that one sent out of bounds by the Lions. You know, like you said, Luke, beautiful look at the goal for the Lopes. Johnson just a touch ahead. A little too anxious on that kick. That one's kicked ahead. Tassaris coming up to punch it away. Radia hustling over. A little bit of trouble now. The Lions with a move. Jella hustling. Mercado kicks it over. Header kicked away by Gardner. Great defense in the box by the Lopes. It'll go out of bounds, so we'll get a corner kick by the Lions.
Well, if you'll notice, Phil, here as we have that replay.
Just a beautifully placed ball by Alex Radia.
Yeah, definitely a step early, closer to the goal line, or to the touch line before the ball was struck. So good decision by the assistant referee.
So we have a corner kick now for the Lions. This one up in the air. Headered. Second chance. Nice block. Tassaris with a great save for the Lopes. So we'll get another corner kick by the Lions. Big save by George Tassaris. He was clutch in those two big games against Wisconsin and Creighton. And he'll punch that one once again. Jella gets it over to Drac. Drac kicks it ahead. Alfonso hustling over. He's got Kissy. He's got Jella on the far right. Alfonso looking for space. Kicks it up to Drac. Ramirez on the far left. Kicks it ahead. Stolen by the Lions. Now they'll take over. Bustamante will hustle over and pick it up. Drac coming on the defense. It'll roll out of bounds, and it'll remain in possession of the Lions. So throw in now for Loyola Marymount. They'll throw it in. Andreu. Two quick headers by Marios Andreu, but the Lions will keep possession. One kicked across field. Day looking to head it away. Lions will retain possession. Oh, good defense. Austin Day getting in front of that shot.
Well, and a great job by him. We'll take that corner kick anytime. Pushes the ball further away from the goal mouth, causes a more extreme angle, and allows the defense to come back and set up for that eventual shot.
So we'll have a corner kick.
Lions are getting in there right around the netminder, so he gave him a shove, let him know he wasn't happy with what was going on. A couple guys bumping chests right now. Referee's over there, probably feeling like he's babysitting a little bit.
Well, he's going to try to separate the boys, and we'll see if we can get this corner kick going. Lions 1-4 this season. Lopes 2-2. Of course, huge wins against Creighton and Wisconsin led the Lopes to be ranked number 17. But two unfortunate losses on the road took the Lopes out of the top 25, but they're back at home where they're very, very comfortable in front of these fans. The kick, headed away. Drac's gonna hustle over. Lopes look to clear it. It'll be Radia. It'll go out of bounds, and the Lions will have possession.
Well, I'm a big fan of that all around. The Lions know that Tesorius is really quite the rock house for the Lopes. 21 saves and only 3 goals allowed.
Lions will push it up. Tassaris will dive on top of it. Another great save.
As I was saying, they know they need to get under his skin early, try to get him a little off kilter so that they have an opportunity to score some goals here. Lopes doing a good job stepping up, defending their goalie. Really good all-around soccer.
Johnson will get it over to Day. Johnson calls it back. He'll get it over to Tassaris. Gardner now with it. Gardner kicks it ahead. He's got Jella. Drac now with it. Lopes with a chance. Kicks it a little too far ahead of Jella, and now Lions will take back over. He'll kick it ahead. Header. Andreu looking to clear. Johnson gets it to Drac. Drac. Yeah, be another foul on the Lopes.
Lions will elect to take the quick restart.
Lopez kicks it ahead. He's got a guy in the box, headed away by Day. Shot for the Lions. Another great save by Tassaris.
On a great job there, settling that ball with the chest right to the foot, hits it on the volley. Very nice shot, met by a better save.
Yeah, George Tassaris, definitely a huge addition to the Lopes in the goalkeeper department. I know we have a lot of new faces here at GCU, and George Tassaris has been a huge upgrade. There's the shot. Tassaris will pick it up. Another huge save by George Tassaris.
Well, he probably wouldn't want... There's that replay. Really great job diving to the left, able to stop it and then dive on top of it. Sure, he's not happy about how active he's been early in this game, but I'm sure Coach Schellis is very happy that he showed up ready to play.
Yeah, Coach Hyman's got to be happy when you get a brick wall. He's a redshirt freshman. So you still got potentially 3 more years with George Tassaris as your goalie. And that make any coach happy. Lopes have only given up 4 goals this season. And then 1 in an exhibition. So technically 5, but only 4 so far. That'll be kicked out of bounds by Gardner. Lions will take it over. It's got to be impressive, especially when you shut out Creighton, who was ranked in the top 25. You only give up 1 goal against Wisconsin. And other than that, kept it pretty close.
I think a lot of teams are worried to come into GCU Stadium. They know what the stakes are. They know that this team plays very well in front of their home crowd. And for good reason. Those Havocs are so loud. They let you know they're here. They let you know from the first whistle all the way until the end of the match, and sometimes even after the match.
Day kicks it ahead. Afonso hustling. He might track it down. No, he will not. It'll go out of bounds.
Well, and a good job there. Able to redirect it out over the touch line instead of over the goal line, forcing the throw-in instead of the goal kick. That'll keep things much closer, much more compact.
Maybe another foul on the Lopes. Day. Andreu kicks it out, so the Lions will take over.
A little bit of chaos there as the Lions are taking those quick restarts and everyone's not quite on the same page, even amongst the Lions.
Lions will look to reset. Lopes hopefully getting a trap before the midline.
Well, they'll play a little bit of catch there in the defensive third.
Tassaris should kick it away here with the goal kick.
Well, the Lopes, interestingly enough, all 3 goals for them this season have come from within the penalty area. One of which was right on the edge of that 18-yard area. But the Lopes, I'm sure, are working very hard to try to get more shots in from outside the area, make goalies know to fear them from out there, make the defense know they need to step up, need to come out and defend in case that shot gets away. Hopefully that'll create more space inside the area so they can get more shots on and get more goal production.
Kicked across, Jella wide open on the far right. Jella over to Radia. Radia looking to make things happen. Alfonso with it. Back over to Ramirez. Ramirez looking to get some space. Out of bounds, and maybe a corner kick for the Lopes coming, and that's going to be Alex Radia.
Well, great work there, finding real estate on that left-hand side, able to get that over to Alex Radia and force that corner kick.
More pushing and shoving by the Lions, this time with Sam Gardner. Radia to Drac. Drac back to Radia. Radia across. He's got Johnson. Header again. It'll be saved. Very easy save this time for Paul Lewis.
Well, just got under it just a little too much. I think he made contact with the ball a little bit sooner than he was hoping to, so that ball arced in instead of came off with speed, making it an easier catch for the netminder.
We'll have to keep an eye on Brandon Johnson because both of those shot attempts were headers by Johnson. One, of course, did go in, but it was called back due to offsides. And now this one, it seems like maybe the Lopes are looking for a new scorer down in the box.
Yeah, I think the Lopes are definitely looking through him, expecting him to finish a lot of those chances. He's done a really good job so far finishing those chances, though the first one was offsides, like you said. You know, that second one, just barely getting under it. You know, I bet if you gave that same play to him once or twice more, he'd probably score the other 2. Well, we've got a traditional restart here as the referee is lecturing more players.
High tensions for the Lopes and Loyola Marymount. Of course, they got to be just a little frustrated. The Lopes, you know, win their first 2 home games and they go on the road and they drop 2 very close games. And then Loyola Marymount also not having the best season right now, 1-4.
Yeah, I'm sure if you walked around their practices or you sat in the locker room with them, none of the guys would tell you that they're happy with the way this season has gone for them. I think they're hungry for more goals and more wins.
Shot in the air. It looks like we'll have a...
Looks like infraction in the area, so we'll have a free kick coming out.
So free kick for the Lopes. It'll be George Tasseris handling the free kick.
Well, I think it goes without saying it's hot out there, right?
It is quite hot outside. We were just down there for the pregame, and I'll tell you what, it made it look like we were running a mile.
I think a lot of that, the men always play a little more physical. That causes tensions to rise a little bit. You add the heat. Really nice through ball there, but offsides.
So offsides by the Lions.
You add that heat on top of it, and, you know, all of a sudden a little push turns into a shove, and you've got guys getting in each other's face. So it'll be interesting to see here as the match progresses how those tensions go.
Johnson kicks it ahead too far for Kissy. Lewis should be able to pick it up. 18th minute, score still 0-0 here in the first half. You talk about heat. How about the dedication from the Havocs over there on the platform? Well, they are directly in the sun.
Yeah, they are just staring right into it. The shadow, of course, of GCU Stadium, as everyone can see, is only about halfway across the field.
Hasn't really made its way yet. It'll probably make its way over there about maybe about 75% of this game, right as we're coming down to the end. But the dedication is still there for the fans over on the platform.
Looks like they've got some water, staying hydrated. That's good. We can go over there and give them some ice cream or something.
If the ice cream will last because of how warm it is over there. So throw in for the Lions. Garner hustling. Johnson coming over to help. Kick too far ahead. Should be enough to go out of bounds, and we'll get another goal kick.
Just an unlucky touch there. A little bit too heavy. Runs out over the goal line.
So Tassa Reese will kick it away.
So Philip, how about those Lopes not scoring on the road?
It's tough. It's got to be frustrating when you know, like I said, you're at home and you get 2 huge wins. Okay, and you carry that momentum into your road trip, and you know it was an unfortunate overtime loss. Nothing you can do about that. They played basically a shutout game the entire time, and then, you know, Evansville slides in there with an overtime score. And then you go over to Edwardsville and you lose 1-0. So you got to take the positive with the negatives. You didn't get completely destroyed. A 1-0 loss, I'll take that over 5-0. Kissy with an opportunity. Kissy's got Drac. Alfonso coming over on the far side. Kissy looking for some space. He'll kick it ahead. And it'll go out of bounds. So Kissy with an opportunity. Alfonso coming over to get it, but it'll go out of bounds and we'll get a goal kick. So getting back to my point, you didn't get you can't really count your road trip as too disappointing, because I'd rather take a 1-0 loss than a 5-0 loss. And now you get to come back home, you get to reset before you hit the road against Oral Roberts. And then guess what? You got Akron. Huge game on the 20th. So I mean, I wouldn't be too worried. Obviously, a loss is a loss, but I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Well, so this is interesting. Everyone just heard the 4th official just said that the referee wanted to get a water break, so they'll bring all the players in. They'll grab some water real quick. You know, probably just a very quick 1 to 2 minute water break.
Well, we'll take another replay at Calvin Kissy. Hit a big opportunity there on the right side.
Really great touch there to get around the defender. Runs down that flank. Perhaps just a little bit too heavy. Good work here to get around another defender and then put it in just ever so slightly too heavy. Runs out for a goal kick. That's where we are now. Teams grabbing a little water.
Yeah, everybody trying to stay hydrated. It's a little bit warm over here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're starting to come down to the bottom half of summer, working our way into fall. Of course, it doesn't really start getting too cool until around October. You can see all the Havocs out there. Dedication is the #1 word when you talk about the Havocs. Very hot outside, but they're still there. Still made their way out to the platform.
Well, and in addition to the Havocs out there on the platform, we've got some behind the Lions net over there, and we got some behind the Lopes net. So,
well, they always want to give the goalies, well, not obviously Tassa Reese. They're not going to harass George Tassa Reese. He's our goalie, but Paul Lewis is going to get an earful tonight. And of course, we mentioned earlier, a lot of the classes are starting to come out. We got the engineering building over there, and a lot of students start to walk out and make their way over to the GCU stadium, be a part of this big game and the biggest party in NCAA. Nowhere else. Where else would you want to be right now? I can't think of anywhere else I'd want to be right now than watching these Lopes take on Loyola Marymount.
Well, that's easy for us to say. We've got a nice air-conditioned booth to watch the match from.
Well, I didn't say we didn't have benefits to what we do, but
it's pretty good here
it should be
GCU TV.
Oh, yeah, it should be a good game. Current score 0-0 in the 20th minute as we get back from this water break.
Players will take the field again, and we'll get going with that goal kick once everybody kind of gets back into position and doing a little bit of stretching.
Do you think if it ever snowed here in Phoenix hard enough that you'd still get a bunch of fans coming out here? So we're talking about extreme heat. It's pretty warm. But how about on the other side?
Well,
if God lets it happen that it snows here in Arizona, in Phoenix,
I would be shocked. I'd be amazed if we played the game if there was snow on the ground. Oh, would be nice coming from Minnesotans' perspective.
Right.
You know, right about now we usually get About a foot of snow. You know, what is it, September 13th? Yeah, a foot of snow, something like that.
Well, I'm from California. We don't ever get snow. If it snows in California, you better be in Northern California.
Wow.
If it snows in Southern California, then, well, the world must be ending. Lewis will kick it away, and we'll get things going after the water break.
So, little interesting wrinkle about those water breaks. In FIFA and in U.S. soccer competitive matches, the clock never stops, right? The only person who knows how much we're going to play is the center referee. Well, here in the NCAA, no, we only play 45 minutes. Once that's up, we're done. So referee stops the clock for that 2-minute water break and then gets things going again. So we're only in the 21st minute.
Pareco loses it, and it'll be...
Looks like the referee is going to his booking.
He cards Antonio Pareco, the lope killer. He'll get himself a yellow card.
Well, certainly interesting to see a caution come out here in the 21st minute. Looks like Pareco is saying that the lope dove some.
And we'll get another look at it.
Well, he did get his stud out there, coming down with those studs exposed towards the player's leg. That is dangerous. I'm not certain it is warranting a caution this early in the match, especially with the ball right there. However, I'm sitting, 80 yards away. The referee was 5 yards away, so it's probably a reason that decision was made.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take yellow card against Loyola Marymount, and Tassaris will kick it away. Alfonso with it. Drac, Kissy, Andreu, and Jella, along with Radia, Day, and now looks like Gardner will kick it away to Drac. Andreu hustling over to take it away. Lopes will get back possession. Kicked ahead. Oh, Radia. Looked like that one was going to Alfonso. Radia just kind of poked his foot out there, but no harm done.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the referee is aware of how high the match temperature is getting down there. Yeah, they just took a water break to try to bring that temperature down and slow things down.
Well, the safety of the players has got to be the #1 issue, and you want to make sure that nobody passes out on the pitch. So,
right,
get them as many water breaks as possible.
I think he was treating that foul as his moment of truth, putting his foot in the ground and saying, hey guys, we're not going to be doing that today. Here's a caution. I don't want to see any more of that.
Day throws it in. A little bit of a tussle. Johnson. Yeah, it'll be a foul on the Lopes, so Lions will take over.
It's a little shove in the back there. Good decision by the referee.
Mercado will kick it away. Still 0-0 here in the 22nd minute. Sun's starting to inch its way ever so closely to that big GCU in the center of the field. Mercado kicks it away. Day coming over. Casey with it. And it'll be out of bounds. So Loyola 2 shots on goal so far, and the Lopes only with 1. But George Tassaris 2 saves. 3 corner kicks for Loyola Marymount and 1 for the Lopes. So the Lopes really have been playing more on the defensive side early on in this one, trying to make their way over to the offensive side, as technically, they, for the most part, they did score a goal. Of course, it got pulled back, but I wish I could count that still as a goal, but they had their opportunities when they get down there.
Well, it is a little surprising to see the Lopes not getting a chance to get into that attacking third quite as much. Here's a good opportunity with a throw in deep in the attacking third. Hopefully they'll hold on to possession here. It looks like they're doing a good job of playing around.
Day's going to hustle over that one. Tassaris So it looks like Radia went to kick it to Andreo, but Andreo wasn't there, and he thought someone was behind him, but Day had to hustle over and get it. Now the Lions with it. Atondo hustling on defense. He checked in early on. Atondo now with it. Kicks it ahead to Jella. Jella pushes it forward. He's got Drac. Jella hustling into double team, kicked out of bounds, and we'll get a throw in for the Lopes. It'll be Alfonso. He'll throw it into Jella. Back to Alfonso. Alfonso with some space. Alfonso, ooh, good defense by the Lions. It'll go out of bounds. Day will throw it in. Andreo kicks it across. Alfonso looking for space. Radia over to Atondo. The shot headed out of bounds. Oh no, Jella's going to hustle over. No, it'll go out of bounds. So a corner kick for the Lopes. So we'll get a substitution. Jackson Jella will come out. And checking in will be Jaime Delore. Of course, Jaime Delore had the game-winning kick against Creighton. A beautiful bicycle kick at a free goal, giving the Lopes the victory over Creighton.
Well, and like I said during that match, he worked really hard and got down there.
Drac headed away, and the Lions will take over.
Absolute workhorse, Jaime Delore. You know, able to follow those balls that no one really thinks he's going to have an opportunity for. Fortunately, there against Creighton, the clearance was not as successful as Creighton would have hoped. Jaime Delore right there to capitalize on the error. Not an easy goal for him either, having to get it on the volley, put it up over his head, using a bicycle kick like you said.
Radia. Alfonso with it, kicks it back up. Lopes looking to make something happen. Garner kicks it across field to Drac. Drac will head it up. Here's Andreu out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick for the Lopes. Or it'll be a throw-in? Well, we'll get a substitution regardless. That'll be Julian Armaroli. Armaroli will check in for Day.
Looks like it'll just be a throw-in for the Lopes.
So the junior from France throws it in. Alfonso back to Armaroli. The kick across too far out of bounds by Andreu. Radia will hustle. Delore with it. Delore to Atondo. Atondo looking for Drac. Gardner with it on the rebound. Alfonso with an opportunity. Kissy looking for space. Ooh, beautiful move, but it goes out of bounds. Alfonso throws it in. Armaroli. Drac to Alfonso. Alfonso looking for space. Oh, good defense by Daniel Garcia. And it'll be Lions ball. Substitution now for Loyola Marymount. That's number 18, CJ Neville.
Well, it's almost like the Lopes heard us from way up here. You know, we were just saying that they haven't had a lot of opportunities. Since we've said that, they've pretty much played the whole match in that attacking third.
So Neville will check in for the Lions. 27th minute, score still 0-0 in the first half. Alfonso, he's got Kissy. Oh, looking for Kissy, blocked by the Lions, and now they'll take possession.
And it looks like he is down on the floor. It's not feeling very good. Clutching that that left knee, slow to get up.
Drac. Alfonso a little shaken up, but he's okay. Delore will look for space. He'll get it to Andreo. Andreo will kick it up. Ooh. Looks like Kissy just stopped running on that one.
Yeah, it was a little later than he was hoping for. He knew he was offside, so thought stop, see if someone else can run on and get the ball. but good decision by Kissy.
Garcia kicks it ahead. Amaroli on the defense. Pareco with the shot. Tassaris is there. Alfonso. Rudia. Johnson. Amaroli on the far right. Kicks it ahead. Andreo with an opportunity. The shot on the rebound. Alfonso, oh, had a good look, but it just goes out of bounds.
Well, a great through ball there. Service right across, played back. Wasn't quite able to calm it down. Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, just isn't able to use his dominant foot on that. I think it came with a little more speed than he was hoping. He puts it well wide for the goal kick.
So Lewis with the goal kick. Not a bad look by Marco Alfonso. He'll get a breather. Nikolai Shumov will check in. Marco Alfonso will check out. Give him a little bit of a break. He looks like he might have got locked up a couple times on his ankle. So he'll get some rest as we enter the 31st minute.
Well, he's played a very strong 30 minutes for the Lopes. No reason he can't take a quick water break and stretch some, try to get some weight off that left leg.
Drac will kick it ahead to Radia. Kissy's over there on the far end. Radia looking for space. Drac hustling over. Show move on the far right, Radia. And it looks like we will get a foul on the Lions.
Yeah, the referee saw a jersey tug. Very dangerous spot here for the Lopes to have a free kick. Of course, Enrique down there appealing to the referee, begging him to reconsider. Here's a replay for you guys. You'll see right there the jersey pull, and he'll go down being off balance. I don't know if it would have made a difference whether or not that jersey pull had happened. Unfortunately for the Lions, that jersey pull did happen and the referee noticed it. So the Lopes with a really dangerous opportunity with the ball only about 20 yards away from the goal.
So Josh Drac will look for the free kick.
Well, and what a left foot Josh Drac has. He wasn't able to capitalize it against Creighton, but two wonderful opportunities from similar spots. Let's see here if he's able to get it around that wall.
Andreo and Drac ready for the kick.
Well, the referee has set the wall to his likings. There's the whistle.
Drac lines up the shot. Drac, the shot off the crossbar. Drac on the rebound. And headed in, but will not count. Again by Johnson, ironically. So the unofficial third header of Brandon Johnson.
He basically hit it twice. He kicked it over, hit the crossbar, came back.
So we'll take another look at it. Drac, not a bad look, just a little too high off the crossbar.
Yes. He said he didn't, so that's...
So
You're right, now, if the goalie touched
another missed opportunity for the Lopes.
He said he didn't, so it's a free kick for you guys.
Well, and what happened there, very similar to what happened against the Badgers on that penalty kick. The ball deflected off the upper 90, came directly back to Drac, and he hit it again. Of course, you can't do that. You can't touch the ball twice without someone else touching it. So the referee makes the right decision, calls that back, and awards a free kick.
Kicked ahead to Drac. Drac looking for some space, and it looks like it'll be a foul on the Lopes. Drac saying that maybe he got pulled on that one, but no call.
Well, in most of those plays between a striker and the defender, you're going to see the defender, unless he does something completely outrageous. He's going to win those 50-50 balls. He's going to win those 50-50 calls as well. You know, it's not a good idea for a referee to make enemies by giving away free kicks in the attacking third when it's questionable.
Radia takes it away. Drac kicks it ahead. Kissy hustling for it. Ooh, kicked away. Good defense by the Lions.
And that'll run all the way over to the engineering building off the door. We've got a student over there pretty thrilled. Good toss by him back to the field.
Conveniently walking out of class at the right time. So corner kick for the Lopes.
Well, it's like we were saying, those fans are slowly coming in through those portals on the far side of the field.
Drac will take the corner kick. Kick in the air. Punched away. Hustling for it to the Lions. It'll go out of bounds and
be a throw-in.
It'll be a throw-in.
Well, and Phil, it sounds like the drum line must have just shown up or something, but they're quite loud. They're really letting their presence be felt. Good chance here for the Lopes with the throw-in deep in the attacking third.
Throw in. Delore, Drac on the rebound. Oh, right into the hands of Paul Lewis. So Drac, another good look, but Paul Lewis is in a better position.
He's able to get that on his left foot. We'll see if we can get a replay for everyone, but he had that on his left foot, able to hit it with the
so we'll take another look at it.
Volley. Yeah, absolutely excellent. Better positioning though from the Lions goalkeeper. Really great chance though for the Lopes. It's that big left foot from Drac that teams really are aware of and really fear.
Garner kicks it ahead. Atondo with it. Back to Garner, kicked ahead to Kissy. That one kicked ahead. Lions looking to make something happen. Coming in to swipe it. Delore, ooh. Delore had Andreo. That one will go out of bounds and the Lions will throw it in. Burke with the throw in. And it'll go, so we'll get a substitution.
Yeah, it looks like it just barely ran out of bounds. Assistant referee in good position to throw up his flag, let the referee know that that had ran out. We'll stop the game and get that substitution. There's a dangerous chance as ball's thrown into that attacking third. Good defense, though, by the Lopes. And a deflection to keep it going for the Lopes with the throw-in.
So Amarillo will throw it in. Delore coming to get it, it'll go out of bounds. Amaroli with the throw in. Andreo to Delore. Delore looking to break away from the double team. And Delore is shaken up.
Well, and there we've got even more students coming out, checking out the match. Great view up there from the engineering building, one of the newer buildings here on campus. What do you think, Phil? It seems like every time I turn around, there's a new building here on campus.
I think they added 5 in the past 5 minutes. Drac with the kick. Looks like Drac and Atondo are back there.
I can come down to you, sir.
Drac sends it away. Punched away. It'll go out of bounds. So the Lopes will retain possession. Kunalis will throw, well, he will not throw it in. Spoke too soon. Drac looking for space. Oh, they had Armoroli on the far right, wide open. Garner kicks it ahead. Lopes with a chance, header. Armoroli on the rebound. And it's clear. Johnson will cut it off. And one kicked ahead. And one will roll out of bounds. So we'll have another throw in. Armoroli to Kissy. And we'll get a goal kick.
Well, Kissy appealing for the push in the back, but referee's not buying it, so we will get a goal kick.
Drac coming in on the defense. Armoroli looking for some space. Ball be cleared to Kissy. Kissy headed. Ooh, Kissy and Burke collide. No harm done. Burke throws it away. Souza with it.
Well, Lopes doing a good job. They're making the Lions earn the midfield. They played against Creighton. They were really stepping back and letting Creighton come forward and take the midfield. Coach Schellis has done a good job telling his midfielders to step up, telling his strikers to step up and play more defense.
Kicked ahead to Andreo. Drac with it. We'll get a foul, so the Lopes will retain possession.
Well, the referee unhappy with some of the gamesmanship going on.
So Gardner will kick it away. Over to Johnson. Andreo with it. Garner. Over to Atondo. Atondo kicks it ahead.
Good switch there. Plenty of real estate here on the near side.
Andreo. Over to Armoroli. May not be too much. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, just too heavy for him. It'll run all the way out for a goal kick.
Under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Score still 0-0.
Well, the scoreboard may be 0-0, but I think the story of the game is a little bit different from that. Both the Lopes and the Lions with some good quality chances, but more quality chances coming from the Lopes. Unfortunately, they've had offsides infractions, and they've had some double kicks, which have really, unfortunately, kept them off the board.
9 fouls for Loyola Marymount, 5 for the Lopes. 2 shots on goal for GCU, 3 for Loyola. So like you said, Luke, the opportunities have been there. Good defense on both sides. 2 saves for Lewis and 3 for Tassari. So defense has been definitely the name of the game for both teams.
Well, and a lot of this match is happening in the midfield. I think the winner of this match will be the team that can more effectively move through the midfield. Right now, I don't have an answer to which team is doing it better.
Drac hustling over on defense. 1 minute remaining now here in the first period. Kicked ahead. Johnson. Armoroli with it. Looking to clear it. Burke.
Well, the Lopes will gladly take their time with this. About 30 seconds left on the match clock.
Kicks far ahead. Lewis should kick it away.
I think both teams at this point are waiting for that last couple seconds to get one more chance to attack.
Drac, bicycle kick. Kissy with it. All righty, well that will do it here in the first half. The score remains 0-0 in a defensive grudge match between two teams. The Lopes looking to stay undefeated, and Loyola looking to get their second win on the season. It's halftime now at the GCU Stadium, and when we come back, we'll have your halftime report. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
Time. It's time for laughter and for play. Time for celebration and adventure. Summer is the time to share moments and create memories. Time to make the most of the long days and warm nights full of laughter and light and moments to remember. It's time you slowed down, time you switched off and forgot about time. When we look back on the life we create, the relationships we've nurtured, and the young ones we've raised, let this be the time we remember. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Back here live at the GCU Stadium as halftime begins here for the men's soccer game. The score is still 0-0 here as we start the first half. An absolute defensive grudge match so far for both teams.
Right, like we said, Lopes playing very well in front of this home crowd. I think the winner is going to come out from who gets the better hand there in the midfield. You know, especially with these Havocs, if the Lopes are able to get into the attacking third, they really will get a chance to capitalize on a lot of chances like we've seen so far.
Yeah, the Lopes have had their opportunities along with Loyola Marymount. George Tosseries has been an absolute brick wall for the Lopes so far. Obviously both teams have had their opportunities. No one has scored so far, but George Tosseries all season has been really solid for the Lopes.
Well, and he's played well here at home. He's played well on the road, certainly not getting the goals from his outfield players that he'd hoped to. Only losing, though, 1-0 in both matches, so really great for him to be able to play those games the full 90 and even into the hundreds with that first goal, or with that first game.
Well, just in case you weren't able to join us for the first half, here are your GCU Hotel halftime highlights. Well, of course, the Havocs getting things going here. Lopes getting ready to get the game going. Start of the game. So George Tosseries, we talk about how good he is. Thunder loves that.
And here a little bit of extracurriculars. The guys getting a little bit aggressive. Great move there. Able to get it through, but who's there to answer? George Tosseries.
Yeah, George Tosseries has been so good, and the opportunities have been there for the Lopes. Kissy with a beautiful between the legs. And now, you know, GCU again just looking for their opportunities. They had one goal come back. Obviously, Drac, that kick off the crossbar, a little bit of a heartbreaker. And there's that guy with the ball, the lucky fan that coming up clutch, grabbing the ball for the Lopes.
We might have to get him a tryout.
And then right there, Drac again, Paul Lewis in the right spot, right positioning for Loyola Marymount to get the save. And well, it's been, you know, like you said, whoever gets past that attacking mid-third is going to win this game. The opportunities, while have been limited, both teams have had opportunities with shots on goal.
Right, well, and let's talk about that huge left foot for Josh Drac. Absolutely amazing. That first free kick moving right to left, just hitting off the crossbar, came back out to him. Unfortunately, he takes another stab at it. The referee isn't happy with that, so he'll take it back. And then on the volley, absolutely amazing, able to get it on its way down. The Lions, however, great position, able to catch that one as it came in with speed.
Yeah, Lewis right there for the big save. And obviously we talked about George Tosseries, and another big guy for the Lopes, a huge freshman addition, Calvin Kissy. And from across the pond now to the United States, Calvin Kissy is tonight's Lopes Spotlight. Take a look.
Havocs maintaining that energy here into the second half.
I've never experienced anything like that. It was like a dream. So all those people was like screaming your name. It was crazy. Just trying to block it out, the white noise, and to give that extra lift was crazy. I've never experienced anything like that before. Yeah, of course, there's loads of butterflies in your stomach. I just wanted to go out there, just play for the fans, play for your team, try to get the victory.
Rivera sends it up, trying to cut back, Drac, left foot into the box, headed out.
Early on, my head I missed. I saw it back on the video. I could have done way better than I did, and I know next game I'll take the opportunity and score more goals.
Dia has the Lopes on top 1-0 opening half. Kissy pushes it up, out-muscles, Kissy far side, goal! Just out-muscled his way through, went far corner, 2-0.
His power to body players up, disrupt the situation, gets to the ball first, and then it's just pure strength.
Ramirez crossed the ball in, and I knew I was going to be first to the ball, so I knew I had to fight against two centre backs. That's what I do. I fight. I'm never going to stop running at any time. So it was a 50-50. So I jumped into one centre back to win the first 50-50, and then the flick on with my foot to win the second 50-50, and I defended the centre back with my left hand, and I just shot far post. I saw the keeper off his line, and I gave him the eyes, and I put it in the far corner. I told my friends and like my girl back home that if I score, I'll have a little celebration for her and for them. So yeah, so her name is Charlotte, and then the heart for my family and her. So that's the celebration I have.
Strength and determination and a little bit of tenacity to get that goal and make it 2-0 for GCU.
It was good. Obviously, as a striker, you want to go in scoring your first goal, get rid of the butterflies. Because when I don't score a goal, of course I'm frustrated with myself. Going back to the training room thinking, what can I do better next time? And obviously, it's good to get a goal.
Shellis Hyndman wins his 488th career game.
He's always telling you just to keep going. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. There's always going to be a chance for you, especially as a striker in the box. Take your chances. He always gives you belief. He never says to you you're not good enough or you can't do anything. So he just gives you that. He gives you that confidence as a striker in yourself, and you need that as well. So that was in my head. I just kept that mentality to just keep going, and I knew I was going to score that goal. So go Lopes. The season's going to be a great season. Thank you for coming out, supporting us. The season's going to be unreal. I'm excited to be here as a freshman and looking forward to more years. And
I'll tell you what, the entire Havocs family and obviously GCU, the men's soccer team, everybody excited about Calvin Kissy, the strong-legged freshman. Calvin Kissy's such a big guy, big muscular guy, a really good addition to this team, and he's got 3 more years left in that Lopes uniform.
Well, and the way he talked about that match, the way he knew exactly what he didn't do quite as effectively as he wanted, that's really encouraging for me to hear that though he was the hero in that match, there were things that he wants to improve on. You know, he's going out, he's going to practice, he's talking to Coach Hyndman about how to improve those things. So look for more exciting things coming from him. I don't think he's thrilled with where he is. I don't think he's done. So it'll be good to keep an eye on Calvin Kissy.
No, he's definitely not done. 3 more years here in a Lopes uniform. I know Coach Hyman's happy about that. Everybody's happy about that. And he's been a little quiet today, but everybody has. It's been a more defensive game for both teams. And hopefully maybe Calvin Kissy will be our player of the game, scoring the game-winning goal. We never know with anything that happens here at men's soccer. It's going to be an exciting rest of this game. And we know that Kissy's going to be a player to watch. Josh Drack's going to be a player to watch. George Tasseries in the goalkeep box is going to be a definite guy to watch for the rest of this game, especially if it stays as defensive strong as it's been. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited about Calvin Kissy.
Yeah, absolutely. He has done a wonderful job. The way he connects with Alex Radia on that on that left-hand side, very impressive. His striking partner, the two of them are able to capitalize on a lot of chances that most guys wouldn't be able to capitalize on. So we'll take a look at them and watch them as this match continues.
Well, you know her as the women's soccer, the sophomore midfielder for the GCU women's soccer team, Hannah Nichols, but how well do you know her? Well, you're going to get to know her a little bit more in this episode of This or That.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Puppies or kittens?
Oh gosh. Kittens.
Reality show or scripted show?
Reality.
Dine in or take out?
Dine in.
Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Treadmill or trail running?
Trail running.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Pancakes or kittens?
Oh my gosh, kittens.
Reality show or dine in?
Dine in.
Ninjas or cash?
Cash.
Trail running or sunsets?
Sunsets.
Kittens or dine in?
Kittens.
Cash or sunsets?
Sunsets.
Kittens or sunsets?
Kittens.
Hannah Nichols, apparently a huge fan of kittens as opposed to sunsets, but I don't blame her. I got a cat at home, and I think I'd take him over a sunset any day.
Yeah, a little surprise there at the end, picking the kittens over sunsets. I would have banked on sunsets. I guess that's why I'm not a gambling man. But for more this and that content, head over to our YouTube channel. You know, go and get to know the athletes. There's a lot of good stuff out there for students, a lot of good stuff for prospective students. Go and check us out on YouTube.
There's a great This or That episode by Tegan DeFalco, member of our women's volleyball team. But we're here at the GCU Soccer Stadium, the men's team getting back out on the field, ready to warm up. And before we get going here in the second half, Luke, why don't you recap our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, They need to play their game. They need to play Lope soccer. They're here with this crowd. They need to capitalize in front of their crowd. The Havoc's absolutely amazing, coming out, slowly trickling in after class. But now classes are over. People are starting to come out. Third and finally, they've done a really good job of this so far. They need to stop Parisa. They have this far, so we'll see if they're able to keep doing that. We'll see who's able to get that first goal coming into this second half.
Well, we're hoping that playing Lope soccer means that the Lopes get on the board. The score still 0-0 as we enter halftime, or as we exit halftime, I should say. We are excited to see who will score the winning goal for the Lopes. Will it be Calvin Kissy, Josh Drack? Maybe Marco Alfonso will come back and score in a goal for the Lopes. Well, we'll have to sit and wait as we are almost done with halftime. When we come back, second half coming up here on GCU TV.
Time. It's time for laughter and for play. Time for celebration and adventure. Summer is the time to share moments and create memories. And when we look back on the life we create, the relationships we've nurtured and the young ones we've raised, let this be the time we remember. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Referees down on the field, ready to go here in the second half. About 20 seconds to go, and Luke, how do the Lopes finally get on the board?
Well, they've capitalized on their chances. Unfortunately, they've had a couple things go wrong for them. They've had the offsides infraction on that first opportunity. They had unfortunate double touch, kind of a rarer call. And that third really great chance by Drack. Unfortunately, the netminder just right there. I think they need to keep going at them with volume. They will find a way to score those goals.
Well, we know that Brandon Johnson had an opportunity at the goal. Of course, it pulled back due to offsides, but Johnson had a good look twice at headers, and both of them called back. Drack, of course, you just mentioned it, falls right into the hands of Paul Lewis. Lewis couldn't have been in a luckier position. That one kicked directly into his chest. It's been an absolute defensive grudge match. 3 saves for George Tasseries, 2 saves for Paul Lewis. Opportunities have been there for both teams. 3 shots on goal for Loyola Marymount and 2 for the Lopes. And the Lopes, well, they're out there waiting, getting ready for the second half. The score still 0-0 as we get ready for this one to pick back up. Havoc's still out there taking care of the sun. Like you said, Luke, a lot of these fans starting to make their way back into the stadium after halftime. Going to go grab some food, maybe over at the Union or over at Qdoba, whatever's around, whatever's quick. And everybody's getting ready. We're almost about ready. Fans starting to trickle back in as we get halftime going here. Second half, I should say, going here.
Yeah, the Lions definitely taking their sweet time getting out there. Be kind of interesting to find out what was said during that halftime. They didn't come out until right as halftime ended, so that's why they're just now taking the field. The Lopes were out here pretty quick. They were out stretching, out playing some catch. It'll be really interesting to see how the strategies change here in that second half.
You talk about slowing down Pareco. He has 2 shots on goal so far, and you mentioned he was the Lopes killer, but today the Lopes have kept him very quiet so far in the first half. We'll see if they can keep him quiet as we begin the second half. Radia over to Atondo. Atondo over to Garner. Garner kicks it across. Armoroli back over to Tasseries, and the Lopes will look to reset. Easley with it. Kicks it ahead. Tondo cuts it off. Tondo back with it. Drac looking for space. And a little bit of a tangle up, and it'll be a foul on the Lopes.
Well, it'll be interesting to see Pareco with 2 shots on goal, but he's also sitting on a booking, so might see him play a little bit more conservatively. You know, another booking would force him to be ejected, so definitely not going to be throwing many elbows.
Radea to Garner. Kicked ahead to Atondo. Radea up to Wilton. It'll be another yellow card. This time it'll be on number 5, Gerardo Lopez. Second yellow card for Loyola Marymount.
Well, and he must have said something as he was running past the referee, because referee did blow quite a very hard whistle. He let everyone know he wasn't happy with what was said, goes to his pocketbook and pulls out that caution.
Lopes starting off a little bit too early.
Well,
so,
anytime you have a caution, you have to stop, wait for the referee to get his pencil and his pocketbook back together, has to write down what happened and then put it back into his pocket. Meanwhile, the play's still going on. That's a recipe for disaster.
Alfonso, who just touches it out of bounds. Looks like it'll remain Lopes' possession. So Alfonso will throw it in. Amaroli. Canales looking to get it. Amaroli's still got it. Radea to Garner. Across to Atondo. He's got Drac on the far left. Canales over to Amaroli. Amaroli launches that one out of bounds, so now the Lions will take over.
Not the service that he's been looking for, but how about how he's been able to find that space there on the right flank? He's coming all the way up from the central third as a defender. Really great to see him finishing those runs, getting involved, and trying to get that service across.
Lopez kicks it across. Drac kicks it ahead.
Well offside.
Yeah, definitely offsides there. Saavedra a little bit too far ahead. Amaroli tracking it down, heads it away. It'll go out of bounds.
Also a bit of an interesting way to start this second half. Only about 4 minutes into it, but both teams doing a little bit of probing. The Lions sitting back a little bit more than we saw in that first half. Typically, you'll see guys come out and be a lot more aggressive because their coaches are winding them up. Be very interested to hear what was said during that halftime.
Radea sends it out of bounds.
A little bit of a shot pass there. Nobody crashing the net, so it runs out for a goal kick. It's the type of thing you want to see, though. You want to see more balls going through the penalty area, especially with this team where all 3 goals have come from shots within the penalty area.
Atondo cuts it off. It'll go out of bounds. Radea looks like it maybe got the hand of Ragnar, but no call. Drac.
Taken out right in front of the technical area. Fourth official doing a good job helping the center referee. Handling offenses are always interesting. You just saw everybody kind of freak out trying to get a handling offense. Not entirely certain why. The arm was in, it was near the body. Not entirely certain where else they expect him to put his arm. But that is the culture of soccer nowadays.
Souza will kick it away. Score still 0-0 as we enter the 50th minute. Alfonso to Radia. Garner tracks it down. Gets it over to Atondo. Atondo kicks it ahead. Eastleigh will get it to Tassaris, who gets it to Garner. Atondo kicks it ahead. Alfonso hustling. It'll be a throw in by the Lopes. Drac gets it into Alfonso. Gonna go out of bounds on Alfonso. So we'll get a goal kick.
Well, perhaps a little bit of miscommunication there. Taking the quick restart. I don't think his teammates were quite expecting that to happen. So perhaps not as quality an opportunity as the Lopes were hoping for.
Pareco kicks it ahead. Garner will look to clear it. He'll get it to Radia. Radia to Drac. Drac intercepted by the Lions. Radia. Drac with some space. Far end Alfonso. Saavedra looking for some space, and it looks like we've got a yellow card now. It'll be a yellow card, and it looks like it's on Diego Saavedra.
Well, and you'll notice he's not terribly upset. I think he knew what he was doing. He expected to get the booking for it. So he's happy to keep going.
Alfonso. Amaroli looking for space. Saavedra with it. He's got Wilton on the far end. Alfonso calling for it.
Well, and what a battle in the midfield we're watching here.
Drac kicks it ahead. Opportunity for Wilton. Wilton looking for space. Alfonso. Over to Atondo. Atondo knocked out of bounds.
Good opportunity for the Lopes, able to dance in between the corner and the center of the field. Not quite able to find enough space to get a shot off, but able to get that corner kick, establish something in front.
Radia will kick it away. Corner kick now for the Lopes. Radia sends it away. Headered. Amaroli on the rebound. He'll track it down. Footed in. Garner. Oh, saved by Paul Lewis. So another opportunity. Garner on the rebound. And we'll take another look at it Armoroli sent it away. It was off the foot of Easley, and then Garner just unable to put it in. And Paul Lewis with another save.
Knocking right on the doorstep of that goal area. Just unable to get around it fast enough, put enough heat on it, puts it right into Lewis.
Lopez gets it over to Souza. Stolen away by Alfonso, but it's covered by the Lions. Garner will try to track it down. It'll go out of bounds. Pareco. Defense by Atondo. It'll be a goal kick for Tassaris.
Dangerous play there by the Lopes. Fairly heavy there with the shoulder. Of course, soccer is a full contact sport. As long as that contact is coming shoulder to shoulder and it's not overwhelming. Slightly dangerous there as the players came together and the defender put a rather heavy shoulder on him. Referee's talking to the striker there, letting him know, you know, he saw it. He didn't think it was quite heavy enough to warrant anything.
Garner to Atondo. Tondo cross field. Easley over to Armoroli. Alfonso, yeah, they'll get the call on that one.
Well, and the referee will go to his pocketbook yet again for another booking.
A third yellow card on the Lions. I got to say, the Lopes need to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the third yellow card given to Loyola Marymount, and the Lopes just haven't been able to capitalize on that.
Well, kind of an interesting place for a caution. I understand what he's going for. He's saying that that's a tactical foul. The defender stepped up and stopped that.
Alfonso, header, out of bounds.
Well, he's saying that the defender stepped up and stopped that very prominent attack by the Lopes on purpose, which does result in a yellow card. Here, the Lopes are able to quickly turn it back.
That'll be kicked out of bounds. So Wilton looking for something. Armoroli will throw it in.
But to finish my thought, typically we don't see tactical yellow cards come from quite so deep into the corners. Here we have a substitution.
So Austin Day will check in, and it looks like Julian Armoroli will check out. Day, the defender, will remain at defender for GCU. Drac. Atondo on defense. The shot. Tassaris keeps it clear. It'll be a foul on the Lopes. We'll get another look at that goal. Good look by Matthew Gooden. Tipped away, and on the rebound, a great clear by Isa Easley.
And here we have a free kick on the far side. This is very similar to a corner kick. Of course, it's about 10 yards off the goal line. So there is a real possibility of getting a shot on goal from there.
It'll be Antonio Pareco. We talked about him in the beginning of this game. The shot, headed away. Atondo will clear it. And for right now, the Lopes defense stays strong.
Very smart play there, able to clear it out. Not as concerned about keeping the ball, just getting it as far away from the frame as they can.
Atondo to Garner. Garner somehow gets it over. It'll go out of bounds, but the Lopes will retain possession. Atondo will throw it in. That one to Wilton. Jackson Jella and Calvin Kissy will check in for GCU. Lopes will try to get some more offense in there with Jella and Kissy. That one thrown into Kissy. That one kicked ahead. Kissy hustling over on defense. Across to Gooden. Gooden looking to make some space. Padilla on defense. To Tondo now. Alfonso picks it away. Alfonso's got Kissy with Wilton on the far right. And Jella, and it'll be a foul on the Lopes.
Well, perhaps going in favor of the Lions because it is in front of their technical area. Typically the severity of a foul, or the threshold of what you call will go down when it's in front of your bench.
Day will hustle over, it'll go out of bounds.
Lopes will set up for a corner kick and bring all the field players in. The Lions will respond by moving everybody up except for just a couple guys.
Garcia will corner kick. He'll get it to Pareco. Pareco launches it in the air, headed. Lopes looking to clear it. Rebound for the Lions. The shot cleared away again by GCU. Gooden on the rebound. And it'll go out of bounds.
Well, it must have deflected as it went through that group of people because it's another corner kick.
So corner kick for the Lions. It'll be caught by Tassaris. Another great defensive play by the Lopes. Gardner. Over to Atondo. Dia. Jella looking for some space. Jella with the shot. Kissy! Got it! Lopes get on the board, 1-0 in the 62nd minute. We talked about him at halftime. The freshman, Calvin Kissy, puts it in. '62nd minute, Calvin Kissy.
Just right outside of that goal area, able to put home a loose ball. Great look for him, great look for this side. Let's see if they can play defense for the next 28 minutes.
No, I don't want to say that we had a hand in him scoring that goal, but We talked about Calvin Kissy at halftime and how big of an impact he'll make on this team with Nicky Jackson now in the MLS. And how about the freshman?
Well,
putting the Lopes up.
I'm certainly willing to take credit for that goal. If anyone wants to give us credit for that, we'll take it.
So off the hands of goalkeeper Paul Lewis into the right foot of Calvin Kissy and in the back of the net. The Lopes lead 1-0, looking to remain undefeated. Jella. Rodea on defense. Andreo. Day to Jella. Jella pushed from behind, no call. Oh no, it will be a foul on. It'll be a foul on the Lions, so GCU will take over. Will look to be a defensive grudge match. Finally, the Lopes break free in the 62nd minute with Calvin Kissy.
And just able to go, or just able to capitalize on just an unfortunate loose ball there, lying right in front of the goal. It's their 4th goal of the season, all of which have come from within that penalty area.
Thrown in, Kissy. Andreo over to Jella. Jella's not going to be able to track it down, so the Lions will take over.
Granted, the scoreboard doesn't really care about where you score it from, as long as you do score it.
Jella. Across to Garner. Garner to Atondo. Alfonso. He's got Kissy again. They'll kick it ahead. Alfonso. Push, no call. Kissy with it. Kissy tripped and will get the call.
Well, and good thing, too, he grabbed the ball out of anger from the floor. Would have been a free kick going the other way, which would have kind of squandered the opportunity for the Lopes. Here's that replay of that. Just taken down there as he's getting into a very dangerous area. Now we'll see Josh Drack here with that left foot. We'll see if he's able to put some icing on the cake and make it a 2-goal game.
Andreo, Alfonso, and Atondo. Alfonso and Andreo around the ball. Alfonso with the shot. Lewis with a great save.
Good movement on that ball towards the lower left. Even better save, able to come all the way across, thinking that that wall wasn't quite as set as Lewis was hoping it was. Fortunately for him, he was able to make his way over and make that save.
Ball pushed ahead. Atondo hustling over. No call. Gooden with it. Pareco. Swiped away by Rodea, recovered by the Lions. Good grab by Eastley. Jella now with it. Jackson Jella's got such great speed on that breakaway. Kissy. And we'll have a foul on the field. Andreo to Eastley. Eastley over to Gardner. They've got Antondo on the far left. Gardner will find him. Rodea. Back up to Garner. Tassaris over to Eastley. They'll kick it ahead. Oh, Kissy. Kissy's got it. Delora was looking for some space, but it'll send out of bounds, so Atono will throw it in. Not a bad look, just a little bit better entry pass, and I think Kissy scoring another goal.
It was just a little too heavy for him. Let's talk about how these Lopes really aren't letting their foot off the gas. They're doing a great job of continuing to attack.
Andreo out of bounds.
Great shot there, just too high. Love to see those shots from outside the area, even if they're coming in off frame. Lets everyone know that they can score from that far out. Here, let's take a quick look at that one again. He's able to settle it with that big right foot, just puts it right over the bar. It's a really good shot from that distance. Like to see quite a bit more of that from the Lopes. But here, looks like the referees have called for a water break, so the players will come in and get some well-deserved rest. Clock will stop in the 68th minute.
So in the 67th minute, we'll have a water break. And how about Calvin Kissy? We talked about him at halftime. He puts it through the net for the Lopes. And now the Lopes are up 1-0. We talked about how good defensively both teams have been. And now Calvin Kissy able to break through.
Well, he's doing a great job. He was able to capitalize on an opportunity. We'll take a quick look here at that goal.
As the teams get their water break, and we talked about the opportunities, and I mean, just right there, right off the hand of Lewis, and Kissy's just right in the perfect spot to knock that one in and give the Lopes the lead.
Well, an opportunity smiled on him. He's right in position to get that deflection. It comes right to his foot. Able to capitalize in a huge way and put an exclamation point on a play that really wasn't very eventful.
Yeah, it had been basically a pretty quiet game up until then. Both teams going back and forth. We had a couple opportunities at the goal. Obviously, Brandon Johnson early on, like 3 minutes into the game, had a header called back. And it was Calvin Kissy who happened to break through for the Lopes. And I'll tell you what, had Johnson's header gone in, it's a completely different game. And now it's still 1-0. Still very, very close. So anything can happen, but got to love that Calvin Kissy put the Lopes ahead now.
Yeah, we'll see now as the Lopes are ahead if they're able to keep going on the gas, if they're able to keep playing this game aggressively and pushing into that attacking third. Really anybody's guess, but they have played very well thus far as the players are taking the pitch once again.
Well, Alex Radia, Andreo, and the rest of the Lopes ready to go. You know, Alex Radia is another guy who's been placing him pretty well there in the corner. He's been basically been handling most of the corner kicks, minus a couple instances where it was Josh Drack. But we get things going. Lewis will send it downfield. Radia not sure what's maybe something on the field that happened he's not too big of a fan of, but Lions will retain possession.
Just a very run-of-the-mill over the back.
Andreo looking to clear it ahead to Jella. Jella looking for some space. It'll go out of bounds. No call. It'll be Lions ball.
Well, and a substitution here for the Lopes. Josh Drack heads in.
Yeah, Drack was basically out of the game for a little bit. You got to give him some rest. He's been an absolute monster out there on the field for the Lopes, and you bring him in now as we enter the last, 15 minutes of the game. Give your offense a little bit more of a spark. We know that once the Lopes brought in Jackson Jella and Calvin Kissy, they were able to score, and now with Drack out there, the big lefty, maybe the opportunities will continue to come.
The amazing thing about Josh Drack is he is able to take those opportunities and make something out of them, similar to Jaime Delore, similar to Calvin Kissy.
So it'll be a foul on the Lions.
It's like a little bit of a disagreement down there between the referee and Alex Radia. Not entirely certain what he'd be fighting with here.
Andreo up to Jella. Jella off of Lewis and out of bounds. So Jella had an opportunity there. Lewis, a great job coming out of the box and catching that one early. We know in the Creighton game it was an empty goal that basically let Jaime Delore punch in the game winner against Creighton, but we'll get a second look at it.
What a great through ball there to start it off. Good shot. Great defense, able to realize what was going on, get that out of bounds. Very similar there to the goal against Creighton.
So Drac will corner it in the air. Kicked away, and it'll be Lion ball.
Yeah, the referee has been fighting a lot of extracurriculars during those set plays. The guys are really bumping and bruising. And, he hasn't been very thrilled with what he's seen, but he's done a good job calming this match down, keeping the flow going. I'm sure Schellis will want to see that goal keep the time rather. Wants to see that continue to run as the Lopes are ahead 1-0.
So we'll see what Loyola Marymount can do. Time running down, 71st minute.
Hold it.
Radia coming over. Lions looking to make something happen late. Lopes looking to keep their lead. Kissy over on the defense. It'll be a foul, and it'll be Lions ball. Kissy might have tripped him a little bit.
Yeah, just a little too excited to get in there and put pressure on the defender. Of course, whenever you see something like that, most likely the referee is just going to give it to the defender. Defenders aren't going to be going down, diving this late in the match when no one's behind them.
Headed away to Gardner. Gardner will kick it ahead to the Lions. 72nd minute, Lopes up 1-0, looking to stay undefeated at home. Atondo on the defense. Good defense by Atondo. It goes out of bounds. So it'll be a corner kick now for the Lions. Leo. Lopes looking to clear it. Gooden. Back over to Leo. The shot. Header. Out of bounds. Tosseries now with the goal kick. 73rd minute. Go out of bounds, so the Lions will take over now. Gooden will throw it in. Picked off by Andreo. Andreo clears it. Kissy. Atondo. Drac hustling over. And Garner knocks it out of bounds. Delore, Andreo, Jella, now Day playing defense. Across the field, Tosseries is there to pick it up. He'll roll it up to Atondo. Matondo kicking it up to Drac. Drac's gonna have to hustle. He's got Kissy wide open, no call, and Gooden takes it. And you can hear the disappointment in the fans here on that call.
The crowd definitely isn't happy with it, though that was a good, strong shoulder-to-shoulder play. Very nice by the defender. Wasn't excessive. You didn't see Drac go flying, so good decision by the referee.
Oh, no call again, but Kissy's got an opening. Kissy to Delore. Oh, launches that one too high and out of bounds. And you can hear the frustration now.
No card.
And no card on a very obvious pull down by the Lions.
Well, the referee letting them know he did see it. He called advantage to let Kissy continue the attack. He felt as though with the Lopes being even 3-3 personnel-wise, that the better opportunity was in what was going on right there instead of the free kick. So good decision by him. I know the crowd didn't quite catch on to that, but that's what was going on there.
Day hustling over on defense. Kissy coming over to help. Andreo kicks it ahead to Jella. Jella's got some space.
Yeah, unfortunately, handling offense there as the ball drops directly to his feet. Of course, you could ask, was it intentional? Could he have put his arm somewhere else? Perhaps not, but to gain such an advantage from the, handling the ball illegally just doesn't rest well with most officials.
Jella to Delore, back to Jella. There's the call we were waiting for.
Well, and we'll likely see another booking here, and yes, the fourth caution of the match.
That one to James Tanaka, and we'll get another look at it. Beautiful touch pass from Jaime Delore, and yeah, it's pretty obvious that Jackson Jello was pulled down on that one.
And just took him down and broke up a very promising attack for the Lopes. Good defensive play. He knows he's going to get that yellow card, and he's well ready to receive that yellow card. So good soccer all around. Lopes rewarded with a good opportunity here to continue possessing the ball and burn more time off the clock.
Drac on the rebound. Drac kicks it just a little too far ahead. And now the Lions attacking. Great save, Austin Day, but they'll give him a yellow card. They'll give him a red card.
23's out.
So Austin Day is now out of the game on what, I'll tell you what, it didn't look intentional at all. And we'll get a second look at it.
Well, if we can slow down this replay here, I think you'll see he comes in with both legs extended. He's got his cleats up. Yes, indeed, he's coming in with a baseball slide. You can't do that here in soccer. He's got both cleats up. That's very dangerous. Referee does an excellent job seeing that, blowing the whistle hard, and letting everybody know that that's not going to stand here. Unfortunately for the Lopes, it means they will play with 10 men.
So the Lopes are now down. Brandon Johnson will check back in. Day is officially out of the game.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here how the Lopes adjust. They were playing a very traditional 4-4-2, using two of those midfielders much more defensively. Glad to see the Lion, let's see, number 24 or 34 there, up on his feet. Jack Sauls, good to see him still moving after that hard tackle.
That one kicked ahead. Lopes looking to clear it from the box. They will. Playing keep away now. Radia to Jella. Jella pushing it ahead. Again, no call, but it'll be a possession to the Lions.
This match getting a little bit more bite again. temperature rising quite a bit as we are heading towards the 89th or 79th minute. Excuse me.
Lopes just trying to play keep away here.
Well, the clock isn't in favor of the Lions here. They know it. They're playing much more aggressively, and the Lopes are taking their sweet time with their restarts. Unfortunately, you know, with that red card, that is going to change the makeup of the match just a little bit. Looks like the Lopes are playing still with that 4-4-2, but it's a 4-4-1 now that they are a man short. We'll see if they switch to more possession-oriented instead of trying to attack the net so hard.
Andreo looking for space. He'll get it over to Radia. Lopes still trying to play keep away.
Well, a little bit of a mistouch there. Has to launch it into the attacking third.
And Tondo kicks it out of bounds. Jella. Eastley on defense. Tassaris will come pick it up. Eclipsing the 80th minute now. Tassaris throws it to Garner. Gardner. Atondo. Kicks it ahead to Kissy. Kissy touch pass to Radia. Radia crosses it to Drac and just a little bit too much ahead.
Yeah, well offsides there. Lopes doing a good job, though, passing it around, getting through that central third, doing a good job of keeping the ball out of the hands of the Lions.
Garner kicks it ahead. We have now hit the 80th minute. Andreo looking to get it. It'll be kicked out of bounds. It'll be Lopes' ball. So Armoroli will check in. Canales will check in. We'll get some substitutions for GCU. So Drac still out there. Radia looks like he's headed to the bench. So is Jackson Jella. Clock will still keep going, so Jella taking his time.
Well, he does need to speed up a little bit unless he's hoping to get a caution for time wasting.
Amaroli called for the foul. Atondo on defense. Good defense again. Marlon Atondo with a great stop. And it'll be a corner kick for the Lions. Lopes been doing a good job in the box, playing some great defense. George Tassaris, 4 saves on 6 shots.
Well, and he really has been the difference in this match for the Lopes.
That one in the air. Kissy.
I have no idea.
Rebound. Tassaris is there.
And he'll take his sweet time standing up. He does need to hurry up just a little bit.
15? 12, 15.
But what a match for him. Certainly more active in the early goings than he'd hoped to have been.
Tassaris sends it away.
But he's risen to the challenge. He's kept this team even until that goal coming from Calvin Kissy.
Drac runs right into Gooden. EC will be called for the foul. Lions will continue play. Kick ahead. Good in the shot. Too far, and it'll go out of bounds. Looks like Alex Ramirez will check in now for GCU. And Marlon Atondo will check out. 83rd minute. Lopes lead 1-0. Tanaka with the throw-in. That one headered, and there's Tassareese again with another save.
A great job by him, able to track that right to left, get those mitts up and make the catch to keep this match 1-0.
Tassareese coming out from the goal to head it away.
Well, the referee unhappy with something going on in the middle of the field, so he gives a free kick.
So it'll be a free kick for the Lopes. George Tassareese taking his time. That one ahead, Kissy and Drack hustling for it. Drack to Kissy. Kissy with an opportunity. Oh, great block. Another save by Paul Lewis.
Well, and another spectacular opportunity for Calvin Kissy as we take a look at it here. Right on the doorstep, able to get that on his right foot, and what a great save there by Lewis.
Drack will take the corner kick. Lopes taking their time. Drack gets it to Ramirez. Ramirez sends it. The shot, and Lewis is easily there for that one.
Well, the Lopes doing the smart thing, taking that close corner, able to get the ball back in play quickly, and able to try to catch people off.
23.
Easley will throw it in. Easley with the throw in. Amaroli trying to clear space. He will. Kissy's hustling for it. Kissy with some nifty footwork to Drack. Drack the shot. Ooh, just a little too high, and it'll go out of bounds. So substitutions for the Lions. So we enter the 86th minute. Lopes still 1-0. Kicked across. That one should roll out of bounds.
Well, about 3 minutes left in this match. So the Lopes are trying to continue to be undefeated here at home in front of their home crowd.
Kissy with an opportunity. Drack following him closely. Kissy looking for space. It's out of bounds and Lions ball. The throw in. Josh. Garner now. And it'll be a corner kick now for the Lions.
Well, with only about 2 minutes left in this match, we should see everybody coming into the penalty area. Very close to all 21 players here on the field.
Pareco with the corner kick. Lopes have been strong in the box so far. Will it continue? Pareco, the kick. Kissy will clear it. Lewis coming all the way Kicks it across. Garner. Gooden with the shot. Headed away. Kissy hustling. It'll be another foul on the Lopes.
Well, good defense by the Lopes, but they can't be giving up these dangerous opportunities, these dangerous set pieces in the middle of the field, in the attacking third. They only have about a minute to go as we're heading into the 89th minute.
Pareco. With the free kick in the 88th minute. Pareco puts it up. Tassaris takes it down. Another save from George Tassaris, his 7th. And we'll get another look at it.
A dangerous opportunity here for the Lions. So that one's played towards the far post, perhaps looking for a head. Tassaris tracks it and says no, stomps it out before it's able to get to a fellow teammate.
Lopes heading into the final minute here. Defense been so strong so far. Pareco. That one kicked ahead, it'll sail out of bounds.
Well, you can believe Tassaris is going to take his sweet time with this one.
Tassaris will try to send it downfield and hopefully secure this Lopes win. 30 seconds left. Kissy sends it ahead. Armoroli. Lewis will pick it up. Coming down to 10 seconds. Gooden. Ramirez. This should do it. It'll be out of bounds. The streak stays alive as the Lopes remain undefeated at home, taking down Wisconsin, taking down Creighton, taking down Loyola Marymount now 1-0. Thanks to a last-second goal by Calvin Kissy. Do not come to GCU Stadium. This team is hot.
Well, in a great, complete game by the Lopes, able to capitalize when it counted, able to play great defense. Very good win for them, even playing a man short.
Well, our GCU golf course player of the game, we know that Calvin Kissy scored the goal, so we'll go dual players. George Tassaris with 7 saves for the Lopes, and also Calvin Kissy. But George Tassaris, 7 saves. Huge for the Lopes early on in the first half when it was more defensive strong. And then to sort of close it out for the Lopes, a huge save in around the 88th minute. And the Lopes walk away with another home victory.
Well, he showed up to play soccer today. The offense was a little bit slow getting started today, but it didn't matter. Tassaris was able to keep the Lions blanked all throughout the first half, all throughout the second half, able to allow that Calvin Kissy goal to stand final and to stand resolute over this match.
And how about Calvin Kissy putting in the game-winning goal? We talked about him at halftime. Jackson Jello was able to get one free. Lewis punched it out, and Kissy was right there to send it in the back of the net. The Lopes will head to Oral Roberts to on a little bit of a road trip. They'll head out to Tulsa, Oklahoma to take on Oral Roberts. Then they'll be back home to keep the streak alive against Akron. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already aren't at youtube.com/GCU. Do not go anywhere. We've got more Lopes soccer as the women take on Portland State. The Lopes remain undefeated. They'll head home, but they'll be right back on September 20th. You can catch all the action right here on GCU TV. Do not go away. Women's soccer, maybe get the win against Portland State. We'll be right back.